Hey, what's up? I'm Daniel O'Neill, and this is Freestyle for Disc Golfers. So I was talking with Terry Calhoun and Juliana Korver and just checking out some of the recent challenges that people have been posting since we're all stuck at home. And I thought it might be the right time to try and teach some freestyle to disc golfers and help you guys add some flair and some fun to your golf game. So check this out. This is a Kerfluffle. So basically what you do is you just throw it up just a tiny bit, just enough to get the weight out of your fingers, flatten your four fingers, and you're gonna come across the bottom of the disc and let it roll over your hand, and then close your thumb on it again. Looks like this. Once you get that figured out, flip the disc over in your hand, start it upside down. You can do the same thing. This is Benign. It's essentially balancing the frisbee on your fingers, and Benign refers to any moves with little spin. You can balance it there, you can turn it to face the side, try and balance it on your forearm. You can try and get a flip in and catch it again. One more try. Here is a chest roll. So basically what you do is you throw it up. I like to throw it, I'm right-handed, I throw it up with my right hand. I'm gonna start to roll with my left hand. I'm gonna create a really nice, even track for the disc to roll across. I'm gonna meet the disc with my left hand and push into it a little bit with my left fingertips. Lean back just a little bit so the disc has a nice track to roll across. Watch it all the way across my chest and down my other arm, and catch it on the other side. Typically in freestyle, we play with Discraft Sky Styler. It's a 160 gram disc. It's just a little bit lighter than an ultimate disc. I'm just going into this box here. I just bought some really nice ones to show you guys. You can get these on the rightlife.com. It costs about like 10, 20 bucks a pop, depending on which one you get. They're really beautiful, really nice to play with. Pretty much a regular frisbee, a little bit deeper rim than an ultimate disc, a little bit lighter. But for the purpose of these videos, I'm going to use a golf disc because I figure that that's probably what you guys have sitting at home. Don't want to make any assumptions otherwise. So I'm going to take out a putter. I really like AVR putters, so I think I'll start with this black grid AVR. Okay, so I want to go back to the basics on catching because it's something that you don't have to think about in disc golf, but in freestyle, catching is king. So I'm going to give 3 basic pointers that you can try out at home to improve your catching in frisbee. So number 1, approach the disc with a big hand. Make the space between your pointer finger and your thumb as big as possible, and that's your catch window. So if you can make that bigger, you're gonna have a better chance at grabbing the disc. Number 2, it sounds obvious, but watch the frisbee all the way into your hand. Don't not do that. Number 3, catch with both hands. So in disc golf, a lot of times you can rely on just one hand for the majority of your game. In freestyle, you want to be as ambidextrous as possible. You want to work on as many moves with both hands, both spins as you can. Get that left hand involved. Okay, let's work on a couple more challenging catches. Still gonna go with the golf disc. Let's go with this is from the Right Life. That's that website that I told you about. You can buy frisbees at. I believe they're even open through the crisis right now. So this is a 171 gram Eclipse. Looks kind of old. It says the most fun wins. So a couple more catches that you guys can work on at home. I'll start with one general rule of thumb, no pun intended, is that if the frisbee is high, you'll generally catch it with your thumb down, and if the frisbee comes in low, you'll catch it with your thumb up. So that's just good to keep in mind as we're going through these. So for example, we'll start with behind the head. So I'm gonna throw it up kind of high. I'm gonna turn my body and catch it with my thumb down behind my head. Looks like that. You can also catch it around your head. So it's the same setup, but I'm gonna catch it with my right hand this time around the other side of my body. You can do this similar kind of catch down low. So I put my hand down low. It's called the chair catch. Looks like this. On the left side one. And then kind of in the mid-range, you obviously have behind the back, but if you want to catch it around your body, it's called a triple fake. Have to get the other hand that you're not catching with out of the way. So I kind of put my left hand high. I look over my right shoulder. It's a little bit of a blind catch. I'm prepping with my right hand to catch it, thumb up on this side. So I look, and I catch it. So it looks like this. That's called the triple fake. Okay, two more. This one's called the bad attitude. Requires some flexibility, but I'm gonna torque my leg up and catch the frisbee. Again, I wanna get that wide hand position and catch it underneath my foot or my ankle on my whatever side you want. So throw it up kind of high, get into the position and grab it. It's the bad attitude. Last one, this one's probably the favorite within the community. It's called the gaitus. Catch it with one hand around the opposite leg. So probably the easiest is just stand on one leg, lift the other one. I have my left leg lifted. I'm gonna use my right hand, reach around the outside of my left leg and catch it. So I can just stand on one leg and go for it, like that. But it looks a little cooler if you go for the jumping one. So I'll go for the left hand this side, jumping gaitus. Missed it, let's try one more. Probably seen Simon or Juliana try this catch. It's called the scarecrow. And it's, again, a blind catch. And it looks like this. So I keep nice straight arms, and the straighter you can keep your body as well, the nicer it will look. And I catch it blindly. So I watch it until the last moment, and then I turn my body so that I can catch it blindly on the other side. Looks like this, bam. With the right hand, there it is. The skill I'm going to teach here is tipping. So with tipping, you throw it up with two hands, one hand in back or one hand in back, whichever one feels more comfortable, and throw it up flat with some spin, right in front of you as best you can. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use the pads of your middle finger on your dominant hand to strike the bottom of the disc golf disc right in the middle, so it just bounces up. And see how many consecutively you can do in a row. Let's see. Your turn. Okay, so I picked up this mid-range. This is a buzz, and the skill I'm going to teach is a kick tip. So it's building off of the tipping that I showed earlier, but you can do the same thing with your foot. So I'm going to do like a little putt, just straight up and down, just to give the frisbee some spin. Looks like that. And then right now I'm actually barefoot, which I think makes it harder. So if you have shoes, even better. But I'm gonna try and just keep my legs straight, flex my foot, and strike the frisbee right in the middle, just like I was doing with the pads in my finger, with my foot, so that it bounces right back up. Looks like this. Again. Hopefully a little cleaner. One more. There you go. Variation on tipping You can tip it with your elbow. It's a little hard, but it's really fun. Get your hand out of the way. I like to move my hand to the inside. Get my elbow straight up and down, and with the smallest surface area possible, strike the center of the disc. See how many you can do in a row. 2. 6. So I pulled out this old Champion discs, patent pending, it says on the inside. I bet you it was even a mid-range or a driver in its time, but I guess you'd use it more as a putter nowadays. But the trick that I'm going to show with this is just kind of a party trick. I call it Pizza Man, but being able to add spin to the disc with just one hand, and it requires you know, the right touch, but again, just see how many you can do in a row. So I started off with that same two-handed throw, and then I'm just going to work with my right hand to just keep it alive and see if I can even add spin each time. It looks like this. Okay, so I don't actually have a disc golf basket, but I'm gonna set up like a makeshift basket using this stool and this box that we opened before. I'm just gonna put it over here so that I can teach you guys some trick putts. So you can take these and apply them to anything with a normal basket as well. Let's see, I've got the 43rd annual Virginia State Frisbee Tournament from 2019. It's a putter. First putts that I'm going to teach are just different throws. So you know a backhand, you know a forehand. I'm going to put my thumb underneath, 2 fingers across the rim, hold it flat, twist in, twist out. So that's the first one. So number 2, you have the overhand. So thumb underneath, pointer finger across the rim, and 3 fingers on top of the disc. Then I rest the disc on my forearm. I point my opposite leg, so my left leg on the righty, to the target. And I'm just gonna make sure the release looks like this. It actually kind of looks like that statue, Discobolus. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my left leg to the target and just make sure that when I release it more or less flat. So I kind of just turn my body and bend forward just a little bit. Just give it a nice flat release right at the target. So number 3, I'm going to show this two-handed putt, and we talked a little bit about this before when we were working on tipping, but now I'm going to show not how to throw it straight up and down, but how to actually get some distance on this two-handed throw. So I'm right-handed, I put my right hand in back, and I'm going to kind of launch it forward with my right hand. So I'm holding it with, you know, maybe the second joints of the fingertips on both fingers, and I'm going to get kind of low, basket height. I'm going to use my right hand and push forward to back, but also giving it some spin at the same time to keep the stability. Looks like this. Missed it. Let's try one more time. So I got this Discraft Cyclone that I brought with me, and I'm gonna actually put on some shoes for this. So just bear with me for 1 sec while I set up a camera and put on some shoes. And the trick that I want to show you guys today is called a kick brush. So that's the wrong foot on the wrong shoe. Let's try that. And what I'll do is I'm going to throw it up just with a little bit of spin and a little bit of angle. And I want to kick it across with the laces, kind of like you would in soccer, with my foot, and hit it across the side to add a little spin and send it forward. Here's my little disc golf basket that I set up. I'm hoping you're going to see just the bottom of this, the important part. I'm going to give it that little throw like this, and then kick. Let's try one more. This might kind of hurt with a disc golf disc. It'll probably hurt less if you try it with a ultimate disc or a freestyle disc. So that's the freestyle lesson for today. If anybody found this interesting, I'll probably try and make some more videos to dig into freestyle and how you can, as disc golfers, improve your freestyle game, and there's some transferable skills that can help you again with your golf game. But at least while you're quarantined and off the courses, here's some fun stuff to try at home. Maybe even try and get outside. I'm in Harlem, so I don't have a lot of space, but I'm lucky to have this park here. I can get out there by myself and teach you some more. So see you next time.